Let's talk about relationships. So, y'all, me and my wife have been together since 2018, Christmas, and it's been a good ride. It's been a good ride. I literally tell all my cousins to get married to whoever they're with, or I used to, and that's not always the smart thing to do. Me and my wife have been together for 8 years this year, and we've been married for 6. So, let's just say a lot of learning has been had. There are a lot of people in our lives that we pray about often and pray for when it comes to those relationships and stuff, and we still have not gotten everything correct, especially on my part. I haven't gotten everything correct on what is a good thing for somebody. But so far, I do have one success story. One of my younger cousins, well, most of my cousins are like brothers and sisters, but for my immediate grandparents, he wanted me to meet his wife before, when they were like dating. He wanted me to meet her when they were dating, but we didn't get the chance to do that. Unfortunately, I did get to meet her at my brother's funeral last year, and she's a really great girl. I think she's really perfect for him, and that's all that really matters. And I remember months before they even got engaged, he was asking me, "How did you know?" And I told him, Mimi, like my wife, she sacrificed quite a bit for me. She moved back to the city that we live in now. She stayed with her mom for a while. She gave me money for gas so I could come get her. She gave me money for gas so I could get to work sometimes. And it wasn't that I was testing her at all, because I know some people do that. But we had a lot of conversations beforehand. And literally, I was like, this woman is willing to do this. And if you see now, this was in 2020, 2019, my wife is giving me like $20 here and there, and I'm giving her money here and there. When we were dating, within a year, we were doing that for each other. So I was just like, you know what? There's nothing that we wouldn't do for each other, especially if it's something as serious as money. If you look at the dating pool now, money is like one of the worst things that goes into a relationship. I tell my wife all the time, don't die before me. It's just gonna be me and your daughter until she get married, bro. I'm not doing that. I could not trust raising my daughter with another woman who isn't my wife. Like I couldn't do it. So I jokingly tell her, I'm like, don't die before me, because I'm never getting married again. And she's like, babe, you should get married again. Like, it's fine. Like, she's very, like, my wife is very, like, logical when it comes to certain things. She's like, you're gonna need somebody else. And I'm like, I am not doing it, babe. I can't get back out here and date, because the dating pool is kind of like, according to the internet, is really bad right now. And according to my homegirls and my homeboys, like, it's pretty bad. So it got to the point where I started making enough money where I was like, I'll pay your phone. Like, I'll put you on my phone plan. And I did it. Like, as soon as I started getting a little more here and there, like, I just started incorporating her into my life. Same thing with my cousin. My cousin and her, they did not live together for a while. Then they started living together. He asked me I said, if you're going to do it the way that Christians do it, I was like, do you got a 1 or 2 bedroom apartment? He told me that they had a 2 bedroom. I said, y'all can't sleep together no more. I said, if you're asking me for advice, listen to what I'm saying. I said, y'all cannot have sex anymore until y'all get married again. You can't. Not to say that they, like, you know, it was just like that's their whole relationship, because that wasn't the case. But I'm like, to, you know, deter you from having any more sex before marriage, is better for you to stop and work on growing in your own life separately and stuff. And he was like, okay, I hear you. And I was just like, the way that she was comforting him when my brother died, because my brother and him are like, they were best friends. It was literally just like, to me, she wasn't making anything about herself. She wasn't speaking at all. She was just comforting him. And I was just like, man, that there's not a lot of women out there that do that. Like my wife is very much like that. She'll give me space. She'll just comfort me without saying anything. I'm yapping. And I was just like, and then you'll know, like if she's willing to serve God with you, if she loves God more than she loves you, that's another plus. And he was like, she do, like we definitely had that conversation. And they're both willing to grow so they can make something better for themselves. Literally months later, he was like, yeah, he proposed to her. And everybody was like, what? I didn't know. And I'm like, yeah, and I was the first person to know. Like I knew before his parents. And that's a blessing to me because it's like people that I really love and respect, like they really love and respect me back. Like they care about my opinion about things that I've gone through. Like when I got married, all my cousins that couldn't make it to my wedding was like, man, I look up to you, this and that, whatever. And I was just confused because it's cousins that I looked up to my whole entire life and still look up to in different aspects are telling me, they was like, we've been watching you from the sidelines. And even when things are really hard and terrible for you, you're always willing to stick through it. And you're always willing to go to God about it. And then we see God moving. So that was really eye-opening to me. And that kind of like brings everything back to like they're married now. Like my cousin and his wife, like they're married now. And I was able to see that. And I'm just like, yeah, it's just more of the same. Like they love each other and they're continuing to grow. Because you never going to stop growing in a relationship. You're not. And if you do stop growing and the other one outgrows you, that's how a lot of divorces happen. That's how a lot of breakups happen. And they're almost always bad. So who I was 10 years ago, back in 2016, DMing my wife all the way through 2017 as friends, ended up like me wanting to change for my wife, wanting to change to have a closer relationship with God, wanting to change so that I can make a better version of myself. And that's what relationships are all about. Relationships aren't always romantic. They're cordial, they're friendships. There's, heck, even rivalries are relationships, or people that you don't like. That is also a relationship. And how you navigate through these different, times with these relationships is going to depend on how you are as a person and who you are going to be as you're growing. So in my mind and in my life, I've seen a lot. I've understood a lot of things. And there's still room for growth for me now. I'm just 30, bro. I just turned 30. There's still so much room for growth for me. Like, yes, my foundation of my life is set up right now. But if I don't build on top of that with my wife, with my daughter, with my family, with my friends, with my job, with my pastor, the people at our church, if I don't build these relationships and environments up or do my part in building, I can't expect anything deeper to, change in myself. Like I could be who I am right now for the rest of my life, but I know that sometimes the knowledge that I have right now will be stunted because I'm not looking any further. And that's what you have to do. Like that's why some people like they get caught up. They're like, oh, I don't want to feel bad about this thing that happened in a relationship. A lot of times it's because they don't want to lose somebody. But if you don't want to lose somebody, don't you really, there's no way to not lose somebody. You either have to change or you don't change. And both of those things are factors in you losing relationships with people. And that's pretty much what I've learned over the last 10 years from 20 to now and how I understand myself and things that need to be done. Because I am a social creature. I used to be very introverted. And now God's moved in my life and helped me understand things about myself. I love to talk to people. I love being around people. But I do like to have the choice to not be around people as well. But yeah, that's pretty much my take on relationships of all kind. Comment below.